kind of editing, kind of going over finances. So I kind of already organized my finances, but I kind of wanted to show you guys the process of what I would start doing every single end of the month, beginning of the month, and continuing that cycle. But also just whenever you feel a little bit out of control and you want to kind of figure out, you know, if you're spending too much and you want to manage it better, or just kind of like looking over everything that you are purchasing, that you are outputting, in order to make sure that you're inputting enough and saving enough money. So what I did, and I'll put up on the screen so you guys can actually see it, is that I went through my different accounts and I wrote down in categories. So I wrote down my first card, which is my Capital One card. This card is kind of more for recurring purchases. It's very easy for me to kind of see it all. I have like my car insurance. So in categories, I wrote my, I wrote the date. And then I wrote what, and then the money, or the amount. So on, let's see, I went through my last statement for August. On August 9th, I pay for 24 Hour Fitness, so it's my gym membership. I paid $49.99. On August, let's see, 19th, for Flowdesk, which is my, like, the way I send newsletters and all those things. If you want to subscribe to my newsletter, something that I'm gonna be doing a lot more of instead of spending time on social media this winter, fall, so I will leave that down below for you guys. I spend $19 a month. I also like to write, like, if it's monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, like whatever it is. I know all of this is like my monthly for my Capital One. And then August 22nd for Geico, which is my car insurance. I pay $49.86. Yes, that is extremely low. I am extremely grateful. And then I go to my other card. So now my other card is Wells Fargo. Because I know these ones are different costs. So this first one, I'm gonna say weekly. For my Costco gas, I pay it's a rough estimate, so I'm gonna write about $65 a week in gas. I like to add a little bit more of a cushion. I add about like $15 to $20 more than what I have been this past 2 weeks, because if I looked at my banking statements for the last couple of weeks, it went from like $50, $55, $62, $75. That's if I'm like empty. So I'm trying obviously not to be too empty. So about $65 a week is what I want to budget for gas. And then for monthly purchase, I pay for Artlist, which is music I'm able to use for my YouTube videos, and I pay $14.99. So if I go onto my other card, which is my MX Silver card, I let's see, pay monthly for Ritual, which is my supplements, and I pay $87.20. And it also depends if you guys use my link and if you guys sign up and choose to support your body with great supplements from Ritual. I was able to deduct, which like last month, so not September, August, 2 people used my link, so I got a discount. I got $30 discount, which I'm able to, you know, obviously save money there. So if you like to sign up for Ritual, you can use my link down below. And then for my Amex Gold card, weekly for groceries, I budget about $250 a week for John and I, which I kind of want to talk about this real quick. Groceries is something that I will always put first because I'm fueling my body, I'm making sure I'm getting enough nutrients, and I do like to spend a little bit more money on my groceries because I like to buy products, again, like I mentioned earlier, that are gonna make me feel my best. And $250, which I've talked to other people, seems like it's on the higher end, which I'm kind of like, I don't understand how, but again, this is something that I do budget, and I make sure that I put my money towards things that make me feel good. So I budget weekly $250 if that's all from one place, if that's going to another place, whatever it is, it's usually about $250, which I have actually the past year, like literally 12 months, been doing that ongoing. And there are some weeks which are a little bit more, you know, depending on if you share finances with your spouse or with your significant other, or if it's just by yourself. Something that John and I talk about, he pays for our rent and I pay for groceries. And if, you know, we go over on groceries, we end up splitting that, knowing that obviously rent is always going to stay the same. If we go over on groceries, we talk about how much we went over. It's $100, we'll split 50-50, and we'll go from there. But that's just what works best for us. I have found that because we are not married yet, we do have joint MX card. I'm a authorized user on those, so I have my own app, I can have my own cards, I can see everything on there. I highly recommend it if your significant other already has an MX account. This also leads me into using credit card points, which I will talk about after this, because that's exactly how we travel basically for free. Okay, so other expenses that I did not write down is, I'm giving you guys a real raw right here. Having some debt, I put more money towards debt. So if I have debt, I put a certain amount of total I want to pay on that card every month. I pay John a certain amount of money a month for certain things. So I know I pay him a certain amount. Also savings or investing. So if I want to invest, which John and I have talked about, I need to get back in investing since I am making more money. The best way to manage that money that I'm making is by investing that. So I'm investing about, I think $100 a month right now, as I'm also paying off debt. Again, it's all about a balance. And then I'm trying to think of anything else. It literally is on my phone. Actually, I can see it on my laptop. I forget. I love having iCloud because I can see everything. I use my notes app. I use very simple. I like having my notes app because I can see everything on there. Where's my, let's see. Yep, I can see exactly right now. I already wrote down my September payments. I also have a certain credit card that I don't use, that I just pay off. So I put that much amount. Yeah, I think I have everything. Perfect. So I wrote everything down. And then what John and I talked about is, obviously, because I get paid every 2 weeks, 2-week pay period, which most people do get paid, I have it in my notes where I literally write down everything I spend every single week. And so if I feel comfortable enough, I will show you guys what it is. There's so many noises. And I'll try and pop it up on the screen if I feel comfortable enough to show you guys. Again, this is real raw. These are my own finances. These are not gonna be your finances. But maybe I can just give you like a kind of a breakdown of what it looks like. But I write down, since John and I have, you know, joint accounts, I write down everything I've spent, if it's on groceries, if it's for my personal expenses. Which I like about MX is that certain brands and companies give you different offers. So like for my ritual, I put that on my silver MX card because they offer, I think it was like $20 back after one purchase. So there's certain different offers with MX that I like to use that specific card for certain purchases. Sometimes they have like Sephora offers, they have Brooklinen, like there's so many different offers that I love using MX for. I just always had a Wells Fargo account opening, and that has been my longest credit line that has been open, so that's something that I do keep, and that I just put like my Costco gas on because Costco only takes Visa, and then also just paying off my debt. So I have that. Yeah, so this is just basically a very rough draft of like all of my monthly expenses. And so what I'm gonna do now is I have this huge calendar where I wrote my, I'll show you guys, my pay period. So my pay period, close this off so you guys can't see this. So my pay period started here, and it ends here and I get paid here. So I'm able to see it. I'm gonna write down everything that I wrote down on my piece of binder paper. So everything that I pay for, I'm gonna write on this calendar, and I'm gonna be able to see it on my credit card bills when they're due, with the dates, with all of the 2024 fitness, flow tests, my car insurance, if it's gas, ritual, groceries, whatever it is I'm spending on, I'm going to write it down on this monthly calendar so I can see it. I can visually see it. I'm in control of it, and then I'm able to see, okay, after I pay off all these things, after 2 weeks, a month, I like to look at it ahead of a month, just so I can see, okay, I know I'm gonna get paid this month. 2 weeks, you know, if we talk about 4 weeks, in 2 weeks times 2, what I'm gonna get paid, what's going out, what's here, what's getting invested, what's going into saving, and how much money I have left. That is my play money. That's what I like to say, that's my play money. Something that I am doing right now also is actually writing down, where did I put it? I wrote down like all of my skincare stuff, because that is something that I do spend frequent money on, because I do understand for myself that when my skin is good, I feel great, and I found products that work well. So what I did, and I'll put this up on the screen so you guys can see it, I wrote down what skincare product it is, when my first purchase was, how much it is, and then when my second purchase is going to be. So I'm able kind of to like see how long it is for me and how long it takes for me to use that whole product and purchase another one. That just gives me an estimate of when I have to continue to purchase these things. Keep it in mind, keep it in the back of my head, write it down, so I know exactly how much play money I have for that month. If I want to go get drinks with John, if we want to go out, I do pay him sometimes in gas because we take his car more often. You know, all of those different variables that are kind of more sporadic. Those things I am in more control of, because I know exactly what I'm paying already down for my bills, for my personal things, for my debt, for my investment, whatever it is. I know now what I have to play. But I also keep that in mind, I don't always have to play with that money, and that's more money I can go towards my debt or towards my investments, or, you know, it's just sitting there, depending on what I want to do with it. But this is something that I learned to do that has taken me a long time. Like, I wish I could tell you guys, and I'll be honest, there was a time in my life, like I literally have a visual memory where I missed payments on my credit card. And luckily enough that if you did miss payment, there is a way where you can talk to those banks. I think one was with my Wells Fargo. I can talk to those banks and show them how long I've been on top of paying off my cards, or, you know, making sure I'm not missing any payments. And they sometimes can drop off, and actually mine automatically dropped off, and I got very, very lucky. That's not everyone's case, but it's very important to make sure that you are at least using the minimum payments every single month on your credit cards. If not, you should be doing more. I always make sure I'm paying more than what the bare minimum is if I can, and if I can't, then there should be no spending. There should be a lot more saving and living within my means. And that's something where I have learned, and why I have started to live more of a simplistic lifestyle and a minimalist lifestyle. It's because I don't want to go back to that time where I felt out of control and emotionally spending and not feeling in control of my finances. Because when I feel in control of my finances, I feel in control of my life, point blank, because that's a foundation that's going to get you from one place in your life to the next place in your life. And something that I've learned is that sometimes money can help with instant gratification or long-term gratification, and I choose to prioritize spending money for long-term gratification and not just short-term, because those long-term gratifications are going to be a lifetime of pleasure, not just right now. And that's what clothes did for me, that's what shoes did for me. Skincare, long-term, because my skin is gonna look good, I'm gonna feel good. Food, I'm always gonna feel good. That's long-term satisfaction. So yeah, obviously if you like buying clothes, that's fine, but try to remind yourself or ask yourself, is this emotional spending? And if it is emotional spending, that means there is a problem with your relationship with money, and that it's okay. But money is abundance, and money allows you to live your life you want to live, and it gives you a feeling that you haven't felt before. And again, it's really just prioritizing what you want in your life. One of the questions was, I'll pop it up on the screen, how to manage your money when you have bills. And obviously I just went over that exact same thing, but I'm going to simplify it. Making a budget, writing down everything. And actually, I'll leave a link down below. I think Chase has like a budget sheet that you guys can use. I'll put that in down below. Making sure that you know exactly what bills are coming in every single month. If there's something that's on your account that shouldn't be there, call your bank, get your money back. Always making sure that you're not just getting charged whatever. Be in control. John looks at his account every single day. That's a little excessive for me. I stay on top of it pretty often. I would say a couple times a week, but definitely towards the weekend, I look over my whole week, see what I've spent, if I spent too much money eating out. And that's something that a lot of advisors will tell you, that most people will spend too much money eating out and rather than just getting groceries. I know this past couple of weeks I have definitely been eating out a lot more, so I'm just trying to, you know, be more reserved when it comes to that. And then once you know all your bills, knowing how much money you're making, subtract that, and that's how much money you have left to, again, pay off debt, to invest, to save, whatever it is. But again, trying not to spend too much money outside your means. We're smart with our money. Again, it's food, rent, those are our top priorities. Gym, that's another top priority. Supplements, that's another top priority. Obviously, you know, all of our skincare, our body necessities. I think I said gas, like those are necessities in our life that we know that every single month we have to pay for. And then what's underneath that is traveling, because lifetime of memories, that is something that we continue to strive for, and that's what's going to get us talking about credit card points. So credit card points, this is another question and poll I put on my Instagram story. Make sure you follow me because I'm going to continue to do this and ask you guys what kind of videos you guys want to see, and especially when it's talking about education wise and finances, which not everyone has an understanding. And actually, if you have an Amex account, silver or gold card, bravo to you. If you don't, definitely look into it. I actually will leave a link down below that will give you guys an offer of getting extra points. So if you've never heard about this, I'm gonna try and explain it as best as I can. I also will try and find some articles, again, from someone who did not know finances, and that is in a relationship with someone who is basically my own financial advisor. I feel like I am knowledgeable enough to let you guys know how we travel for free. Literally, this is how we travel 3 times a year for free. And your silver Amex card and the gold Amex card give great credit card point offers. You talk to anyone, those are probably going to be the top 2. There's a list, if you look online, there's a list of different credit cards that gives you the opportunity to see how these credit card points are used. For us, the gold card, I use this card specifically for groceries and when we eat out. Because we use this for groceries and eating out, we get 2 times points. I believe it might be 3 times points. I'll put it on the screen. See, I don't remember exactly all the details. I believe it's 2 times or 3 times the points. So this means every single purchase that we make, we double our points. These points that you get, you can convert to Hilton points, which is why we say at Hilton so often, because when you convert them to Hilton points, they double. So say I have 10,000 points I have on my gold card. I transfer them to Hilton points, that's 20,000 points. And those points are used instead of dollar amounts. They're not gonna be very equal. Every place looks a little different, but if you go on the Hilton.com, you will see up top, use money, use points. And you can see the conversion of what it looks like if you use just dollar amounts or points. And so every single week, I spend $250 on groceries. Just because I do that, we're able to convert those points, those credit card points, into Hilton points. So that is also something that we've learned. There's another way of doing it, and you can also just use those credit card points to purchase a room at Hilton. So it looks a little bit different, rather than putting those points into the Hilton account rather than just purchasing right through Amex in Hilton. So we've kind of cracked the code. I'm giving you an insight exactly what I've learned. All of John, his friends that are advisors, private client bankers, I'm giving you an inside look of how exactly we use this to our advantage. There are loopholes. I'm giving you these loopholes. Use these to your advantage. Again, I use those Amex credit card points. I transfer them into Hilton, the Hilton account. It literally says transfer points. They automatically double. 10,000 points going into the Hilton account doubles to 20,000 points. That's how we've booked our soon trip to New York and Boston, using Hilton. And we are staying at top tier Hilton hotels that are right next to Central Park. Paid it for free because we use these points. I believe the silver MX account, I don't think that's 2 times points. I think we just get points as well, but you can convert those to whatever things are. You can convert them to, I think also like Marriott. We have a Hilton account, so we just stick with Hilton. But yeah, you can use these points for really whatever there are on there. You can also, what we use is for airline points, same thing. So within Amex, you will see the different airlines that they're partnered with. A lot of times, I think there's like Hawaiian Airlines, I think Delta's on there. Yeah, airlines is another one. So we usually use it for like hotels and airlines. I'm not exactly sure what else you can use it for. I know some people use it for money. I don't think it's as necessary to transfer and get the money or points for money. I do use that for my Capital One, which we'll talk about in a second. But there are certain airlines partnered with Amex that you can transfer those points into airlines. And again, you can use those points towards airlines, which we've done. When we went to Hawaii, was that last year? We stayed there for free and we flew there for free using our points. We stayed there for 7 days. That was the longest vacation that I've ever paid for myself. John and I paid ourselves because we used our credit card points, because we're using our money wisely. So that's amazing. My Capital One, that one also gets pretty good point conversions, but I get cash back. So I usually just use that cash and pay off my card or pay whatever it is that is on the card. And so it's really that simple. It's really that easy. You have to just go into, I'll try maybe if I can go into my MX card to like show you guys like step by step. If you have more questions, please leave them down below and I'll get John to help me answer them so you guys can again use them to the best of your advantage. I hope this was super simple, super easy. I'll try to, again, as I edit this, make sure it's super seamless. You guys have all the information that you need. I'll link articles, links down below, whatever it is. And yeah, it can be this easy. It's like creating a new habit. You just have to get into the habit of writing down these things. And it's so fun, like when I am able to tell John, oh yeah, it's paid off. I paid that. I paid it in full. We go on trips, like if you can't pay it in full, break it down into 3 payments. Write those 3 payments down as like your top priorities. My top priorities every single week is gonna be groceries, paying John, paying my credit card bills, and if there's a trip. Those are the top things. And then if I have extra room to buy skincare, or if it's socks, or if it's, you know, wanting to go out, whatever it is, that's extra stuff. But I make sure and I prioritize paying off the things I need to pay off first. But yeah, okay. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I think I'm gonna end the vlog off here. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna edit, finish writing down all these finances since I've organized it. And I'm feeling ready for this beginning of this month. That kind of started a little late because we went on vacation, but I'm feeling good about September. I'm being in control of the things I can be in control of. With living with anxiety, like really bad anxiety and depression, this is one of the best ways for me to stay in control of my life. And when I stay in control, I feel my best and I move through life my best. So I hope you guys really enjoyed today's vlog. If you did, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. I will see you guys in our next video. Bye.